You can actually clinch tomorrow night in New Orleans, dog pile in the middle of the field if you take care of your business. First off, just talk about that series, this last weekend series.
Yeah, I think the neat part about as the deeper we get into this thing in the season and further in the postseason, each weekend we're going to play for championships. And now this weekend we've got that magic number down to 1, and we control our own destiny. We win on Thursday night, and we get to accomplish goal number 1, which is win that Southland Conference regular season outright. And that's a great feeling and a great position to be in.
Coach, no one knows what that committee thinks. Every year, it's sometimes RPI counts, sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it's how you finish, sometimes it's how you start. What do you think you have to do going into this series to secure a regional bid?
I think the biggest thing we got to do is take care of business one game at a time. I think there's no looking ahead. At the end of the day, we're not going to be able to predict what the RPI is going to do. But we do know it will get hurt if we lose. So what we got to keep doing is just keep winning. And the only way to do that is not to worry about Saturday on Thursday, is to worry about Thursday itself, worry about the first pitch, worry about the first inning. Don't worry about the 9th inning on Thursday. We got to take care of it one pitch at a time. And I think we've done a great job of that to this point. We continue to do that and stay with that process. I think the result for us will be there RPI-wise and at-large-wise.
UNO's struggles have been well documented this year with their record. When you look at this team and this challenge for this weekend, what do you see?
Well, this is going to be very similar to Southern a couple weeks ago. This is going to be their World Series. They're not making the conference tournament. It has been some struggles for them, for Coach Mason. They've had a lot of injuries throughout the year, and but at the end of the day, they still know that they can disrupt some stuff. They can come in and really put a monkey wrench into our plans and what we're doing. And those guys are going out as seniors will also give their greatest effort they've ever had, because it'll be the last hoorah for some of them.
Will you do anything different with your staff as you approach this week, knowing that you have the quick turnaround Wednesday next week? Will you manage it a little different than you normally would?
Yeah, first plan is to win this conference, and so that won't change anything we do for Thursday night. Once we clinch that title, then yes, we will deviate a little bit from our plan. We'll make sure to save some guys. We really need to get some other guys in as well from a bullpen standpoint to make sure they're ready for the tournament as well, because like you said, you never know with the at-large. No matter what we do from here on out, the committee might keep us out, they might put us in, but we know if we win that tournament, we're 100% in. And so what we'll do is once we clinch that regular season title, we'll go on to step number 2, which is set up for that tournament and get ready and do whatever we have to do to win that tournament.
Coach, this is for the New Orleans media. The guy in the other dugout is a legend when it comes to college baseball. What's your thoughts on Coach? I mean, he came back. He kind of stepped into a hornet's nest when he came back, and he's been at it 2 years now. But I mean, the guy is synonymous with baseball in the South.
Yeah, Mace is awesome. I talk to him on a pretty regular basis, and really a mentor as well. Just to listen to his stories and what he's gone through to take the first Louisiana team to a College World Series. He's been through the fire, spent many years in it, and it's neat to hear him talk and hear those stories and how he's learned and how he's evolved as a coach, also over the last 40 years. And I think hopefully I'll be fortunate enough to be in his position one day, still doing it at that age, and hopefully sane enough to keep doing it at that age. I don't know if I can keep it going for that long, but just really admire what he does. Not only for UNO, but for the game of baseball in general. We talk about rivalries, and that's a big part of it. Keeping the younger generation excited. What he does for that younger generation and building these rivalries. Playing LSU there at UNO like he did last night. Also having our Pontchartrain Bowl with these guys as well. There's a lot of influence that we're making on that younger generation, whether guys like it or not. They're making a positive or negative impact on them, and hopefully with guys like Mace, and hopefully I can evolve into somebody like Mace as well, where we keep that excitement in that younger generation for years to come, generations to come.
Last question: the flex schedule like y'all do with UNO at Nichols gives your guys one last chance to say goodbye that last weekend to the Pat, to the fans, to this field, this patch of grass. Obviously, I'm guessing because of that, you're in favor of the way it's doing. But is it a challenge having to back and forth?
No, really not at all. I mean, you almost treat it kind of like a midweek series a little bit. With not having to stay the night over at the hotel, and the guys being able to rest in their own beds is big and huge for us as well. It's a simple drive. It's an easy drive over to New Orleans, and there's no early morning breakfasts or early morning to get up to travel. It'll be a pretty routine trip for us. We do it with Nichols already, and we've already done it once this season, so I don't see that playing any factor in anything.